Hello fam, welcome back to the Chosen program. I'm your host JT, and so today we are going to look at the issue that I have realized most of we teens don't necessarily know. And this is what I'm going to say: shine in your square, shine within your square, right? You can be that light that is needed there in your home. Here I'm not talking about just anywhere. Let me focus mostly in home. Some of our homes are like, God have mercy. We are always crying. We are also always pleading to God to save us and all that. But how far do you go to intervene or intercede for your family? Because yes, there is no perfect marriage anywhere, right? There's always that time that there are some challenges, but what matters is how are you able to solve the marriage or the issues on ground. So you as a child, I have met young people who are in their early teen age, and these children's like they went to God on their family's behalf. They went and prayed to God and told God, you know what? I did not choose you to, I did not tell you to bring me to this family. I didn't choose this home for myself, because if it were, I would have chosen a different one. But since you planted me in this family, you brought me here for a reason. So they plead with God, they pray for their family. It doesn't matter. Yes, maybe the mother is wayward, the father is a drunkard. These children will stand in the gap and pray for their family, and God will listen to those, that prayer, that sincere cry from your heart. It matters a lot to God. Don't think that you're too young to start interceding. No, you can be that intercessor that will come and rescue your home, that will save your home. God is just waiting. He's listening. He's waiting for you to stand in the gap for your family. You are not too young for that. It could be at your school environment. Others are doing, like right now in our generation, this kind of a season we find ourselves, a lot of things are happening in our schools. You find there are some riots, you find there are some bad things that are happening in our schools. So my question is, you that says that you are born again, you are a child of God, what are you doing within your school quarters? Okay, if I come and visit your school and I ask about you, what will be the people's response? What will be your colleagues' response towards me? Who are you to them? Are you the light that is shining? I was thinking of something, and I was like, I think it's a picture I saw, and I started thinking of it. And it was there was a group of people, right? There were two groups of people, and there was a way at their middle. So we had another person that was coming, and this other person that was coming had light around him. But for the other two groups, it was darkness fulling. So this person went and stood at the center. And you won't believe it, that the light started, progressing even to the others. Like, the others started catching that light. And at the end of the day, the two groups got light. Are you the light that is supposed to be? Are you shining there? The glory of God? Or do the fear of what will people say? Let me tell you of my story. I think this one will help. I'm this kind, like I always say, I'm an introvert. I don't talk much. Like, even me being a counselor, at times I normally wish if there was any other thing that God would give me to do for him apart from this one, I would be nice. Maybe sitting at the back of the church and doing, what people are not seeing me. I think I would be much better. But nonetheless, this is what God chose me to do. So I remember when I was in high school, I got born again when I was in Form 2. I remember it was August. So after getting born again, before even getting born again, I always spent time with my Bible and all that. So I have been reading scriptures over and over again. And this day I gave my life to Christ. Then 2 weeks later, I think 1 week or 2 weeks later, we used to go for CU, a press club. So that day I went, like me, that the real me that doesn't talk, eh? So I went and sat behind, like I used to do. The backbenchers, those that you don't even want to be closer to people. So I went and sat behind with the rest. And, I was like, I can't sit in front. I don't want people to see me. I don't want to talk to people. I just like my space. Then something pushed me. I can't tell you how I moved from behind. It came to a point that the chairman said that it's time for presentations, for testimonies. Me that have never stood before people, like strange people, like people that I'm not so much into. Like I don't stand before big crowds back then. I found myself, a force. It's not me. I won't lie, it wasn't me. A force carried me from behind to the front. And when I went there, I opened my mouth. I didn't even have the Bible. I was shaking. I got confused when I stood in front because everyone was clapping for me. And I was like, God, what have you done? Why did you have to bring me here in front? Because I had not planned. When you are going to give a testimony or a presentation, you already have planned everything. I'm going to say this and this. Me, I didn't plan for anything. So I am in front of everyone. They are clapping their hands and they are celebrating, jubilating, and welcoming me. So I got confused along the way, and I was like, God, you really want to embarrass me today of 4 days. Just recently I give my life to you. Now you have decided to repay me this way. And I won't lie to you. I spent like 30 seconds quiet, mute, and people were thinking that I was preparing. I was preparing for the way I'm going to deliver the word. Yes, I was confused. I didn't know what to say. Then all of a sudden, God opened my mouth. And I preached from the book of Jeremiah. I really remember it very well. It's more than 10 years ago now. But I remember it was the book of Jeremiah. But what I said, I can't recall because it wasn't me. And the moment I just spent less than 2 minutes there in front, and everyone celebrated and clapped for me. They jubilated. And that is when I realized I carried myself. Coming in front, I didn't carry myself. But returning, I'm the one that carried myself. And I was like, God, why did you have to take me there? I wasn't prepared. And then he was like, that I wanted to show you something. That fear is the greatest limitation of mankind. You don't need to fear if you know you have me. Just do what I have sent you there to do. And surprisingly, I remember, we used to go for press clubs on Wednesdays. Then we had the parade assemblies on Mondays and Fridays. This is in high school. So on Friday morning, the leader of press club came to me and said, you know what, JT, you're the one that is going to preach. And I was like, Habana, what am I even going to preach? I'm not prepared. In fact, I'm not even a preacher. I tried, to fight back with her. Other leaders, came and they were like, JT, even if you try to beg, there is no way. You are the one that is going to do this thing. Even my classmates started pressuring me. You are the one, we want you. And I was like, God, what have you done at the end of the day? And yes, so from there, I had to carry myself on that Friday. I went and just a brief, preaching with shaking. When I'm going in front, I'm shaking, but when I'm delivering the word, I'm calm. I'm, strong. Then when I'm done, I'm like, oh God, I hope I've not frustrated you. What will people say? Then they will clap for me and I will be like, Jesus, what is happening to me? I shared all this to tell you that you don't need to fear. Take the first step. If God is telling you that he has sent you to that school for a reason, maybe you're in campus, maybe you're in high school, maybe you're in primary school, it doesn't matter the level you're at. Go there, do whatever God, be the light in that school. Are we together? Be the light in that school. Do everything. God have deposited so much treasures in you. Utilize them. Don't waste God's treasure upon your life, else you will regret it later. I won't lie to you, you will regret. Don't waste that opportunity. It could be in your community. You find people of your age that you know what you are moving around with when you are still in the world before you now realize the truth and you came to Christ. Don't leave them to mess around. Don't lose them to the hands of the devil. No. Talk to them, pull them back to Christ, pull them to God, and tell them, you know what, God still loves you. He still loves you. He needs you. Talk to them. Be that impact. Be a representative of Jesus wherever you go. Be it in your school, be it at home, be it in your community, be it anywhere. Maybe you have gone somewhere for maybe clubs. We normally have science club, mathematics club, chemistry club, whatever. Maybe it is drama festival or whatever, or music festival. Wherever you go, be there, the unique one. Be a representative of God. Don't worry about what people will say. They will say everything. You know what? The truth of the matter is that it's not everyone that will ever appreciate what you are doing. And it is that time that those people are, criticizing whatever you are doing, that you get even courage to push on, because so it is bringing impact. And because it's people that are not ready to change to the ways of God, that you always fight the truth that you are preaching. So if you are a teenager there, don't feel that you are still young. Just look for a mentor, look for someone that you can confide in. Let them guide you in the way out. At school, maybe we have matrons, we have the principals, any teacher that is closer to you. Talk to them, let them know what you can do, and start doing it immediately, because the days are evil. We don't have all that luxury of time. Our time is really, really limited. So please, shine the light of God wherever you are. You are not